to say something?
Yeah.
All right, so it's preparing to live stream the webinar.
Okay.
And then once I get the link, I'll give it and we can post it in there.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, perfect.
It's redirecting to YouTube. All right. I think we're live.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to here we go. Okay, sorry you guys. We've been having some difficulties tonight. We are so trying to get everything taken care of.
All right. Are we live?
What?
I think so, yeah.
Did you do the event? Did you do the link or do I need to do that?
I just put that on the event page.
Okay, awesome. So hopefully everybody can see us and we are live. So welcome.
Finally.
Yes, we did it. This is great.
I just approved your link. So now we're live.
Now we're live. Oh, technology. Thank goodness for Plexus and how great it makes us. Well, welcome everybody. Oh my gosh, so excited you guys are here tonight. What a fun next 30 minutes we are going to have together. My name is Mary Ann and I am an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus, and I'm joined tonight with some amazing women, and we're just going to share a little bit about our story with you guys and hopefully inspire you and give you a little pep in your step the day after the 4th of July. So I think, Jennifer, we're going to start with you and would love to hear a little bit about you and your journey.
All right. Well, I'm Jennifer Harmon, and thank you guys so much for joining on. Okay, so just a little bit about me. I'm a mama to 6. We live in Georgia, if you couldn't tell by the accent. We're from the South. And so my journey with Plexus started about 3.5 years ago. With baby number 3, I learned the value of supplements, and we kind of changed some things in our diet and, was trying to be healthier, right? So I learned the value of supplements, and I started taking like all these supplements. I mean, I had one of those little plastic shoe boxes, and it was literally just like piled with all these supplements, and I would take them all day long. But the thing was, I never saw any changes in my health. I just had peace of mind, right? So I was dealing with things like I had skin issues, I had digestive issues, I was tired all the time. All these different things I just honestly, you guys, thought was normal. Like I thought, I'm in my 30s, this is just how it is. And so I really didn't know that life could be any different than that, right? And addicted to sugar, oh my gosh. But so fast forward a few years, and I was pregnant with baby number 6, and there was an herbalist. She had an online store, and I had bought some herbs from her and stuff. And so I saw her post about this pink drink, and I was like, whoa, whatever this is that she's got, if it's got to be like super clean, because I knew that her standards were like really high. So I was like, I didn't even check into it because I was like, I'm pregnant, I'm not going to take it, So I didn't even check into it. But in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm going to look at that later. So fast forward about a year, the baby was 7 months old, and we were at a family conference, and I had met a complete stranger. We were, how moms just kind of chat, when you're standing there, like letting your kids play and stuff. And so we started talking, and she was like asking me different questions, and we were just talking about our family and our goals. And so we had some goals for my husband to come home from corporate America, to be with us, for us to have some land, and for him to pursue his passions. Like that was our heart's desire, for us to be together as a family and have freedom as a family together. So I kind of expressed that in a nutshell. And she said, well, have you ever thought about network marketing to help you reach your goals? And I was like, well, not really. But so then she started talking about Plexus and started talking about the amazing products. So I was like, yes, I've heard of that. I've heard of these products. So I jumped in with both feet, no looking back. And so I got 3 products, the Triplex combo. It's what I still take to this day, 3.5 years later, because all this happened, you guys, in September 2014. So I started the Triplex. I stopped all the other stuff I was taking, and because I wanted to see what these 3 products would do for me, right? So right away, the third day, my sugar addiction, I didn't even want the sugar. I just was gone. And then by the seventh day, I noticed my energy was just up. I felt so much better. It was like, and I wasn't crashing on the couch at 8:30 at night. Right. So, and then slowly but surely, like all these things started happening that I didn't even know were going to happen. My digestive issues got better. And you guys, I dealt with these issues since I was a little girl. My skin issues started getting better as the months went on. And finally that completely went away. My allergies were getting better and better. And so I didn't have to take medicine anymore. So like all these different changes were happening. And I was just like blown away. My husband got on the products and he had migraines all the time for years. And those started going away. He was feeling so much better. His blood work, he had different areas that his blood work was like really borderline. And all those numbers came down within healthy ranges. So we were just really blown away. And that was just a little bit of what the products did for us. So and that's been, well, like I said, September 2014. So we started seeing those changes, you know, the longer we were on them, the more amazing. And I'm serious, like our whole family is just so much healthier. Our kids are so much healthier. We haven't been to the doctor, you guys, like all year long. For a family of 8, for us, that's like a big deal. We haven't been sick. And so right away, I told you guys that, you know, she was like, well, have you thought about network marketing to help you reach your goals? And so I really didn't have an opinion of network marketing either way. You know, I was like, well, it's, you know, whatever anybody wants to do. That was kind of my thing. So, but I did have some ideas about network marketing based on different things I knew. So it was like, you had to have a lot of inventory. You had to be in debt, you know, all this debt to keep up with everything. You had to like meet people and give them their products, and you had to get their check and go deposit at the bank. Like that was my idea of what it was about, because the people that I knew that did it, that's what they did. So I was blown away when my little tiny joining fee, you know, if you join Sam's or Costco, that bought me a website for a whole year. It was ready to go. It was beautiful. All I had to do was send people to that website, and the company dealt with the rest of it. They dealt with the money, they dealt with the shipping. I was just like blown away. And I don't have to have a cabinet full of products either. And so like no inventory, I don't have to call people and say, oh my gosh, I need you to sell $500 more before the month's over so I can meet my quota. Like none of that, you guys. So I was blown away at how different it was. So after about 3 months, I started making some money, you know, and my husband, because I'm a stay-at-home mom, 6 kids, I haven't made money in like years. My husband's like, what are you doing? So he's a huge skeptic. He's a finance degree guy. And he looks at the compensation plan and he's like, wow, this is really amazing. It's literally like nothing else out there. He started digging around, looking at how they're, you know, formulating and things. He was like, this is like nothing else out there. And so he was like, we could set some goals with this. And so we set goals and we just started working. And, you know, this was something that I did purposefully. I'm not any kind of superwoman. I had fears, but I was like, you know what? Nobody else is paying my bills. So it's okay. I'm going to face these fears. Like we're the ones that have to live our life. So if people can't see my passion and my heart behind what I do, then I'm sorry. I mean, that was really because, you know, it was just, I just saw life-changing things happening to friends and family everywhere. And you guys, when you get people calling you and they're crying because they have dealt with issues in their family for years and they're getting better and their family's getting better, when you have mamas that couldn't have babies and they're having babies, and you've got people that were in the hospital with illnesses and tons of medicine, you know, and they're saying, oh my gosh, I'm free from all this. When you've got mamas telling you that, hey, we are building our house like 5 and 6 years earlier now, thanks to this business. My husband is not taking on a second job now, thanks to this business. I mean, you know what? It's like, I just can't help but share. My heart is to share. So I just kept sharing, and I just kept, you know, being excited and being so grateful for these products and this business. And in January of this year, our prayers, you guys, for probably 12 or 13 years, our oldest son's 13. My husband was able to leave corporate America, and he is home with us, and he is pursuing his passion and his dream. And so just like today, we had a, fun day this morning, just kind of around the house. And then this afternoon he was home, and we were like, hey, let's just go to the park that's nearby and do some hiking and playing in the creek. And we were able to do that. And it's just so amazing because he doesn't have to do the 9 to 5, 40-hour week, the daily grind. And so we are just forever thankful. We are nothing special. We're just regular people, but these products and this business have changed our lives. And we just want to share that with everybody. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell. And I'm sure I'm leaving a ton out, but yeah, that's kind of where I am.
I love it. Oh man, Jennifer, that's so awesome, you guys. Oh my gosh. And 6 kids, like what? I can't even.
Well, you've got a bunch too.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, Ricky, we're so excited to hear from you and your story as well. Share with us.
All right. Well, another mama with 6 kids here. So I don't know what it is with Plexus and multiple. I'm setting a timer, y'all, because ain't no joke, I can talk. Jennifer, good job, girl. I'm always afraid when we get together because it's like, right. Okay, so I am, first off, I'm mama to 6. My oldest is 15 and my youngest is 8 months. And I am very passionate about all things holistic health and healing. That is my love. So it wasn't normal for me to drink sodas or any of that before Plexus. And my kids haven't been to the doctor, most of them their entire lives, right? It's been over 13 years since any of them have ever, right? So only one of mine. So it's like, this is I love everything holistic healing. My jam is helping my friends heal from cancer naturally. I mean, like I'm saying when I'm in, I'm like all in. But here's the thing, this is what happened to me. So love home births, and I had natural and home births with my first 4. Bounced right back after pregnancy, never been overweight a day in my life until had a crazy stressful year. And my baby number 5 was breech and had a heart problem. So had he just been breech, we would have tried breech at home. But with these 2 things, this being risky, like legally, we were not allowed to do that. So we went in to have the version to flipping, did not work, ended up with a C-section, which is pretty much my worst nightmare, being right for where I am mentally. That was a really big deal for me. Not only though, was that really hard on me emotionally, it killed me. I mean, like my gut was shredded. I had not had, not even Tylenol in 10 years. And then all of a sudden I'm assaulted with all of this at a C-section. I mean, surgery is a big deal. And you guys, the thing is that so many of you out there have had a surgery, a C-section, a gallbladder removal, something, right? And that took me, this person who, I need to post some pictures later. I've actually never done this, but going into having my surgery versus 8 months after, I was heavier than I was going in. I probably way close to the same. Puffy and inflamed. I was hurting all the time. I left with an infection. That's kind of my joke, right? You don't leave the hospital without a fun, surprise. So I left with an infection. I had just pain all the time and my tummy hurt. Not my scar, but all the way up my tummy was weird shooting pains on my skin. Now I know, looking back, that was just crazy inflammation. Again, super puffy. Joints were just, I napped during the day, could not sleep at night. And y'all, I'm a sleeper. All my kids are sleepers. Mine are sleep through the night kind of kids since they were little bitty. So it's hard for me to I had never not had sleep. I will say this, I am so grateful for that entire 10 months until I found Plexus, because you guys, I had only really ever had amazing health, So I've had this, I've been there. I get chills talking about it. I know this was what God intended for me, because I know now how miserable it can be, right? Long story short, started on these products, and I actually started on the products for my husband's really severe, seasonal allergies. His eyes were swelling shut, throat closing. He was intense, and no Benadryl's coming in my house, right? Told y'all, I'm it ain't happening. So within 2 weeks, you guys, I was blown away by how I felt and how my husband's results both. And I started researching like a crazy person, every single ingredient in every one of these products. And I was so excited because they were incredible. And I'm not talking, I went to random blogs from people. I'm talking, I researched clinical studies on each of these separate ingredients and what they could do and what they were meant to do in the body. And it was incredible. I got so excited because you guys, I had for the previous 10 years, shared continuously with people on I was constantly empowering people to live, to think differently, to, to be your own doctor, to, like really, that is my passion, to empower people to think for themselves. Okay. And so when I filmed Plexus, I was like, this is easy and it works for the masses, right? It's affordable and it's a lot easier, full circle back to the easy, than anything I've been telling them to do the previous 10 years. Because a lot of people would look at me in that first 10 years and say, oh, but Ricky, I can't do what you do. I can't eat like you eat. I can't do the cleanses you do, and right? And I was intimidating. This is not intimidating, okay? So I was sleeping through the night. I was no longer napping. My body, I started to lose that inflammation. So funny thing, I did not lose all my weight right away. My body was in such a shock from that surgery that it actually took me almost a year. But when it fell off, it fell off. And then I had baby number 6, a 6th pregnancy that was actually my best pregnancy of all of my pregnancies. Number 6 is the best. 15 years between the two. And it was incredible. I gained such minimal weight. Lost it right after. I did not even feel pregnant until I had that baby. I'm not kidding. I mean, I had a belly. You feel that when you're walking around. I went to Hawaii with the trip I earned through Plexus. With Jennifer. I'm not kidding. My midwife came with me, and I was like 39 weeks pregnant. Yeah, airline didn't know that. But that's not really their business. What am I in the business of? Empowering women to make your own decisions. I made my own decision and I went on that trip. And then I came back and had that healthy, fat baby a week and a half later. Okay, so my whole point is that I love, and I have helped more people now in this past 2 years than I was able to help in the previous 10 years combined. Because that was my passion. That's what I love. I look around and I see people that need what we have. I do. I see sad, miserable people that don't feel well and they don't know where to start, right? They have no idea what to do. Guys, start on these simple products. I guarantee you. That's what I tell people when I start them. My biggest tip is take the products like it's your job, right? Don't miss any. Take the products like your job. Drink your water. That's it. Don't change anything else. Don't be cutting out all your crazy stuff you're addicted to yet. No, let the products work because they will work. It's so simple. So my story was I just started sharing. People listened to me pretty much right at first because they knew this girl has shared with us for free, right? I've given my time, 10 years worth of my time, loving on people for not just because I loved them and I wanted to impact people, right? So yeah, people jumped on board and they're like, yes, I trust you. Of course I trust you. Just like Jennifer said, people see your heart. And when your heart is to transform lives and when your heart is to spread health and happiness, amazing things happen, right? It just does. And so I just started naturally sharing. I had no idea what I was even making in the first 6 months. My husband was successful already and I didn't know. I really didn't care. And then 6 months or so in, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And my husband used to joke with me all the time. He always said, God, Ricky, if we could ever make money on what you know, that'd be really cool. Like we'd be like rolling, right? He's just kidding, but it's true. So now, yes, it took me 17 months or so to get to what my first big goal was. And that was getting that awesome vacation paid for. I've traveled a lot. I sure have never traveled on anyone else's dime though. So that was really cool. And to have a vehicle paid for, it's incredible. It blows my mind. I literally feel like I'm living a dream almost every day because just like Jennifer said, those messages that you get, that you have been a part, even a tiny part of transforming someone's life, it's indescribable. So to be compensated so generously for that and for products that are quality, they meet all of my standards. And we eat all organic, and that is all the food that we buy, non-GMO. So when I was able to meet a couple of the product developers and see meeting even the CEO and the president and seeing what their vision is and their passion and knowing that it aligns with mine, it's such a relief to me. It's such a breath of fresh air. I know that this company is in it for the long haul and we do it right. And so just like Jennifer said, there was nothing special about me. Nothing special about me. I mean, I loved on others and that is all I did, and empowered others, right? That was what I was doing before. I'm just doing it again now. So it's totally for anyone. I'm 28 seconds left on my timer. I'll pass it over to you, Marianne.
So good, Ricky. Wow. I love it. And I didn't realize you had 6 kids too. Oh my gosh, I'm behind, but it's over for us. So, we're just going to have to stick at 5. That was about enough for me. But you guys, oh man, so inspiring. And, my story is a little bit different because I didn't use supplements before. I was one of those people that forgot to take their prenatal. And so this was like rocked my world when I ordered that Triplex. I'd never heard of Plexus before. And I was following an account on Instagram and her account was Clean House with Kids. And I thought, I have 5 kids. I need to learn how to have a clean house. Follow. And so I started following her and then she started sharing about this pink drink. And I'm not going to lie, at first I was kind of annoyed and I was like, what? I'm following you for like home decor. What are you doing? And, but it's funny how everything happens for a purpose and a reason. And I started to really like this girl. You know how you have Instagram friends and you're like, we'd be friends in real life, we're connected. And of course, she's become one of my dearest friends, but I watched for 6 months. And just to kind of share with you where I was in my life, I had just had my 5th baby. I had easy pregnancies, bounced back. But this one about did me in. I was dealing with some anxiety that I've never dealt with before. I was dealing with crazy mood swings and hormones all over the place. I would get a full night's sleep and then I would wake up in the morning and still tired and beg my husband to come home because I needed to take a nap. And I just couldn't, I was living for nap time and living for bedtime. And it was not a way that I wanted to mom. You know what I mean? I knew that I wanted to have something left for my family at the end of the day, not this like shell of a person. And so I'm watching Trisha share all about Plexus. And finally, one exhausted afternoon, she's doing one of those like boomerang pink drink things. And she's like, hey, mamas, if you're experiencing an afternoon crash, I have a plant-based option for you. And I was like, whatever, send her a message. Maybe this will work. But I had a lot of hope in my heart, you guys. And I do believe, like I said, that everything happens for a reason. And following that account that one day totally changed my life. And it wasn't like all my problems were solved overnight, but definitely I have a little friend who has found us. But definitely within the first month, I could feel some changes happening in my body. And I went from drinking coffee all morning long to only half a cup just because I liked it. I went from calling my husband, you want to go find daddy? I went from calling my husband at work to not needing a nap anymore. And trust me, I have 2 boys, 18 months apart. Life is crazy. And when you're able to just deal with the crazy that is your life, that is life-changing, you guys. And so really within the first 2 months, I just felt like a whole new human being. And I'm like, you know what? I got to share this with other people because I bet they're silently suffering like I was. And so I started sharing, and you guys, this accidental business happened. And my husband is, like Ricky said, he's already successful, but we had some credit card bills and we had some debt that needed to get paid. And, we just thought maybe one day we'll pay off our house, certainly not before we're 40. You know what I mean? Those are just like dreams for one day. But all of a sudden it went from, hey, I'm paying the grocery bill, which is no small feat when you have 5 kids, to wow, like we're going to pay off some credit cards, to wow, we could pay off our house this year with Plexus. This is crazy. And so 10 months, last month was my 10th month, and earned the Plexus Lexus and the trip to Hawaii and all of that. But you guys, what I cannot put a price tag on is the ability to provide that financial wall for your family and that freedom and that ability to dream again. You guys, that is life-changing. Talk about like a better marriage, talk about just being a better wife and a better friend. You know, when you don't have that money stress on you and you're not living from paycheck to paycheck, you're not taking off for the 4th in the middle of the week and then dreading going to work the next day, you know, that is life-changing. And so I hope that tonight you're like, wait a minute. I hope that we can push you over the edge to draw a line in the sand and to push a reset button on your health and maybe on your life. Maybe this could be the answer that you have been looking for your family, because I think that Ricky and Jennifer said it so beautifully. You guys, at the end of the day, this is about helping people, men, women, whole families live their absolute best life. So I thank you guys for joining us. We didn't even mention that this is like the best month ever to join Plexus in the history of ever. They are doubling rank up bonuses. Woo, woo. And you guys, there is a really special code. So ask the person that invited you here tonight, because you can get half off your joining fee until the 10th this month. So never been a better time. You guys, this is the right place, the right time, the right company. And I hope you guys will join us. So thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Bye.